Hey sunshines, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liza Jane. You may also know me as Liza Locks. Today I wanted to show you how to make dreadlock extensions with human hair. I will be using the twist and rip, back comb, and crochet methods all together. Make sure to have a pair of scissors, a comb, and a latch hook. I'll link my favorites below. Also, don't forget your 100% human hair. I like to place my section between my knees, but some people use a toe or a hanger, anything to keep that section steady. We're going to start with the twist and rip. So you pull the hair all the way up, you twist it around your finger twice, split the sections all willy-nilly, doesn't matter which way, and you're sliding the hair down, creating a bird's nest at the bottom. After you've done this 2 to 3 times, you're going to take your comb and you're going to back comb that section that you've made into a nest, condensing it and making it a little bit tighter. Then we go right back to the twist and rip. You're going to pull up that loose hair all the way up to the tip of your fingers, wrap it around twice, and slide it down. Once, twice, 3 times. And then you're going to go ahead and back comb those sections too. And you do this over and over until that loose hair is no longer creating a nest. And voila, you have created the start to a dreadlock. Now we're going to go into crocheting, which is my favorite part and will give you the look that you want right away. The crochet hook gives it a look of a matured lock and a more manicured lock immediately. I like to scoop this section into the palm of my hand and then grab my hook and go in. My left hand becomes the anchor and navigator. It's really important that that left hand holds that dreadlock steady and slowly moves it around as you do your stitches. The right hand is going to hold the hook. And what you're going to do is you're going to go through those locks and you're going to grab a few hairs, sliding them back through, holding onto that loop you've created, and going back in and grabbing a few more hairs, replacing that loop. You are creating a web or a chain effect around that nest you've created. I repeat this 5 or 6 times, and then I make sure to pull the end all the way through, letting the hook release that hair. If you didn't release this, it would create too much of a twist. Pay attention to that left hand and how it slowly moves that hair around. You want to keep the motion of it slightly turning as you put in those stitches so that it has the chain effect. Now those stitches may stick around. You're going to see them for a while, but eventually you won't. They'll fade away. Let's take a closer look. You're going through the lock, grabbing a few hairs, pulling them out a little tiny bit, going back in, grabbing a few hairs. That left hand is slowly twisting that lock as you're doing this 5 or 6 times and release. Going through the lock, pulling out a few hairs through it, creating that chain around that lock, spinning slowly, grabbing a few more, pulling through, grabbing a few more, and don't forget to release on the 5th or 6th time of going around. If you're not happy with the section of the lock you're creating, go back over it. Once I feel my lock is tapering too much, I go ahead and end it. All I do is simply make a little knot at the very bottom, the same way I've been doing above. You could, of course, if you want more length, add another extension to the bottom of this, but at this point, I want to stop it to make sure that it doesn't taper too much. I try to go back in 2, maybe 3 times. You can keep going back in to create a neater, tidier look, depending on what you like. All I'm really doing is grabbing the loose hairs that are still around my little lock and pulling them in a little snugger so that it just has a tidier effect. My stitches are wider and further apart when I go back over. My locks are, as I like to say, perfectly imperfect. I'm just not a fan of really firm locks. I like them to move, I like them to be soft, and I like to be able to style them immediately. And you will have that with these. You want your little hairs to have room to move and to mature, and this will set them up for success. At this point, you could grab your favorite oils and rub them on your palms and give them a little palm roll. If I were going to immediately attach this to my locks, I would also get the ends wet so they didn't appear to be so fresh, so new. They will look a lot better when they've been wet and dried. Well, look at us. We've created a dreadlock extension. Go ahead and snip it free. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you know now how to make extensions of your own.
If you liked this video, please subscribe. If you loved it, go ahead and hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads.
As always, find me on Instagram. If you do something that I've suggested, I would love a tag. Find me at Liza_locks. If you have any video suggestions, please go ahead and drop them below. I would love to hear from you and what you would like to see from me. See you back here soon.
What are you doing? What are you doing?